Good day, class. I am Raven Shane Francisco Telek, and I am going to be your teacher for this day's lesson. Today, we will delve into the legal intricacies of marriage as outlined in Executive Order Number 209, also known as the Family Code of the Philippines. Our focus will be on Title 1, specifically Chapter 3, encompassing Articles 50 and 54. This segment illuminates the legal ramifications and procedural aspects surrounding void and voidable marriages. Let's explore the intricacies of these provisions together. First off, we have Article 50, the effects provided for in paragraphs 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Article 43, and in Article 44 shall also apply in proper cases to marriages which are declared void ab initio or annulled by final judgment under Articles 40 and 45. The judgment of such cases shall provide for the liquidation, partition, and distribution of the properties of the spouses, the custody and support of the common children, and the delivery of their presumptive legitimes, unless such matters had been adjudicated in previous judicial proceedings. All creditors of the spouses as well as of the absolute community or the conjugal partnership shall be notified of the proceedings for liquidation. In the partition, the conjugal dwelling and the lot on which it is situated shall be adjudicated in accordance with the provisions of Articles 102 and 129. This means that the effects specified in previous articles apply to marriages declared void or annulled. The final judgment addresses the liquidation of properties, custody, and support of common children and the delivery of their presumptive legitimes. Next, we have Article 51. In said partition, the value of the presumptive legitimes of all common children computed as of the date of the final judgment of the trial court shall be delivered in cash, property, or sound securities, unless the parties, by mutual agreement judicially approved, had already provided for such matters. The children or their guardian or the trustee of their property may ask for the enforcement of the judgment. A delivery of the presumptive legitimes herein prescribed shall in no way prejudice the ultimate successional rights of the children accruing upon the death of either or both of the parents, but the value of the properties already received under the decree of annulment or absolute nullity shall be considered as advances on their legitime. This means that in the partition of properties, the value of presumptive legitimes of common children as of the final judgment date is delivered in cash, property, or securities. The children, their guardian, or trustee can enforce this judgment. Next, we have Article 52, the judgment of annulment or of absolute nullity of the marriage, the partition and distribution of the properties of the spouses, and the delivery of the children's presumptive legitimes shall be recorded in the appropriate civil registry and registries of property. Otherwise, the same shall not affect third persons. This means that the judgment of annulment or absolute nullity, along with the partition and distribution of properties and delivery of children's presumptive legitimes, must be recorded in civil registries. Failure to do so doesn't affect the third parties. Now let's have the Article 53 of Chapter 3, Void and Voidable Marriages under the Executive Order Number 209. Either of the former spouses may marry again after complying with the requirements of the immediate preceding article. Otherwise, the subsequent marriage shall be null and void. This means that former spouses can remarry after complying with specified requirements. Otherwise, their marriage is null and void. Lastly, we have Article 54. Children conceived or born before the judgment of annulment or absolute nullity of the marriage under Article 36 has become final and executory shall be considered legitimate. Children conceived or born of the subsequent marriage under Article 53 shall likewise be legitimate. This specifies the legitimacy status of children conceived or born before the judgment of annulment or absolute nullity of marriage under Article 36 becomes final and executory. Children conceived or born before the final and executory judgment of annulment or absolute nullity are considered legitimate. It also addresses the legitimacy of children born from the subsequent marriage under Article 53. In conclusion, Chapter 3, Articles 50 to 54 primarily deals with the legal consequences and processes related to void and voidable marriages. Articles 50 to 54 focuses on the effects and procedures in cases where marriages are declared void ab initio or annulled by final judgment under specific Articles 40 and 45. These include provisions for the liquidation, partition, and distribution of properties, as well as matters related to the custody and support of common children. Creditors are also notified in proceedings for liquidation. The judgment and its effects are recorded in civil registries. In essence, these articles establish the legal framework for handling void and voidable marriages, outlining the consequences, procedures, and protections for various parties involved, including spouses and children. That was our lesson for today. Thank you for listening. Keep safe, and God bless everyone.